So it's the first weekend since Mr. Boris Johnson has put the country in lockdown where it's been eased. So he eased it Wednesday last week, and this is the first weekend where there's been some kind of normality, and I intend to exploit that completely. So today I've got my levers on, sliders on, full tank of gas. I've got my phone, sat nav on there, etc. I don't know where I'm going to go, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go out all day, and I don't know where I'm going to be going or what I'm going to be doing, but I'm glad I'm out. And that's part of the joy of motorcycling, is just sometimes just getting on it and just going, just not thinking. And that's exactly what I intend to do today. I think what's going to happen as well, inevitably, is that we are going to go back into lockdown, because there's no way that the virus is going to reduce when people are going back to work on public transport. You just have to look at some of the images in the media to realise that the cases are going to increase, and inevitably we're going to go back into lockdown, I think. Look at that. Today is going to be such a good day. I've got you coming along with me. It's going to be a good day, and because I know I'm not gay. Oh my god, hey, I want to get laid. Oh yeah. Shimmer down, shimmer down. Oh, there you are. Stay there. So I'm going to be test driving the S1000RR, because I haven't rode that bike, and I'm also going to be test riding again, even though I've rode it, I'm going to test ride the 1200 GS again in a few weeks' time. And that's because again, with this lockdown situation that's going on at the moment in the UK, what's happened is my company have, during that period of time, have said you can work from home. And because the lockdown has been eased last week, I'm suspecting that they're gonna want us to come back into work, into the office. And I work the Canary Wharf, which is just located 15 minutes outside the city of London, and I don't fancy getting back on a train, sitting next to people in an environment and all this sort of stuff that's going around at the moment, and I don't really. So, but basically my point being is, I'm looking at commuting into London, and if that's the case, I don't really want to be using this bike. This is my baby. This is my little bambino, and I want to keep this for fun, for pleasure, and that's the reason I'm looking at the S1000RR or even the 1200 GS to commute into London on. Now I know probably what you're thinking, like, well, why would you use the 1000RR, BMW S1000RR, to commute into London? Well, the only answer to that is for filtering. That's all I'm thinking. And I know the 1200 GS is going to be useless for filtering in comparison, but you know, I haven't actually ridden the 1000RR. I've been seeing a lot of reviews, probably like you know, watching YouTube videos and so on, and I want to get a test for it myself. So I think I'm leaning towards the 1200 GS, to be honest with you, and that's probably going to be my commute into the city, into London. And that's another thing with reviews. I was watching Mike Nees from the Motorcycle News, and he was talking about the new Street Fighter from Ducati, their new Super Naked, which is the naked version of the Panigale, and he was going through some comparisons, one of them being the Aprilia Tuono, and obviously this, and he basically said that this bike is old, I think was his comments. I mean, this bike is old. What? Like one of his comments, it was along those lines, basically just saying it's completely banal. And I mean, what? It's boring because it hasn't got an LED headlight on the front of it. Like, what are you talking about? And the point I'm trying to make, it's not just him. I'm not just pointing the shooters at Michael Neves. But it's most motorcycle journalists and vloggers. I think the only way you can really tell how good a bike is if you go out and ride it. And there's only so much you're going to be able to get from watching videos like these or any other review YouTube video, whether it's from Mike Neves or otherwise, about how good the bike really is. So I've just got off the bike, having a little bit of a breather. There's not too many bikes out today, on the road being Saturday. There isn't normally around here anyway, but thought I'd get out and have a little blast and some B-roll. So if I do go ahead and get the 1200 GS, I'm definitely not going to sell this. There's no way this is going. The GS is either going to be an additional bike or I don't get it at all. And that's pretty much how it's going to go. So I'm going to love you and leave you there, guys, because I'm going to do a little bit of spirited riding, and I can't concentrate while speaking with you and riding quite fast within the speed limit. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like this content, please consider to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know what you're thinking. Are you thinking of getting one of these? Have you already got one? What are your thoughts? But until then, I'll see you in the next video.
I need you more.